Yes,
So
ma'am.
today in the demo session, so we will discuss about a chapter called heat. What is heat? Who can tell me what is heat?
It is a form of energy, ma'am,
It is a
that
form.
shows us the change in temperature.
Yes, it
I'm
is a form.
sensitive of hotness or coldness.
Very good. Sense of hotness and coolness. Very good. What else? It is a sense of hotness and coldness. And it is?
Form of energy.
It is a form of energy. Okay. Now, first of all, we will talk about the thermal expansion. What is thermal expansion? What is thermal expansion? Arnab, what is thermal expansion?
Ma'am, expansion caused due to heat.
Change of heat, right? The expansion that is happening because of the change of heat, right? So, in various cases in our daily life, we can see the thermal expansion. Okay, the very good example that you will see that the high tension wires. Okay, the high tension wires during the winter season, it is generally it is not hanging, it is in a compact position, but in the hot days when the sun is very hot, or in the summer mainly, you will see the wires are a little bit sagging. Okay, this is because of the thermal expansion. Okay, so why? Because these wires are high tension wires and these are generally made up of metals. And metals, they are good conductor of heat and electricity, right? We know that, right? So metals are very good conductors of heat and electricity. So because of this extreme rise in temperature, because it is very hot, so we can see that the wires are sagging. Anybody have seen the railway tracks? The tracks, in between the tracks, there is a little bit of gap.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me why these gaps are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, because in different seasons, the heat might increase or decrease, making it contract or expand due to the change in heat.
Okay. Any other? Harshad?
I have no idea, ma'am.
Okay, fine, no problem. Someone you?
I can't predict, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Arnav?
मैम क्वेश्चन भूल गया
ये जो ट्रैक होता है ना, जो रेलवे का ट्रैक है, जहाँ पटरी, जहाँ पे रेल जाता है, तो पटरी के बीच में आप देखोगे कि थोड़ा गैप रहता है. ये गैप किस लिए होता है?
ताकि वो पटरी के ऊपर से ना जाए.
या ट्रेन तो पटरी के ऊपर से ही जाएगा, उसका और कोई रास्ता ही नहीं है.
गिर
पटरी
ना
के ऊपर
जाए.
से जाए. नहीं, मतलब वो वाला नहीं. ये गिरने का कोई बात नहीं है. इट विल नॉट फॉल बिकॉज इट इज रनिंग ऑन द ट्रैक. इट इज नॉट फॉल. व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग इज, ये गैप क्यों रहता है? कार्तिक है?
Ma'am, I think it's for the heat, coming heat from the train vehicles.
From where the heat is coming, beta?
Tires.
They don't have tire. The wheels are generally made up of iron.
This, ma'am, metal circle.
Friction. Anybody
Yes.
heard about friction?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Friction.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
see, the tires, they have the grooves in them, and the tracks are, means the tire and the track, they are attached in a groove like structure, right? They will not fall. Okay, Arnab, they will not fall. They will never fall. Okay, sometimes they get derailed. That is a different thing. We will not discuss in this class. But what happens? The groove, the tire, the wheels of the train, they have a groove, and the tracks, they just fit in that groove. Okay. What my question is, the gap between the tracks. The tracks are very, very long. Okay. But there is a gap between the tracks. Why? Because see, when the trains are moving, it is not about seasons, beta. Okay. Kaustav, right? Kaustav, right? Please don't mind. Okay. I'm little bit this one in names. I am little bit slow, you can say. Okay. So it is not about the seasons. Why? Because the tracks and the iron wheels, they are very hard iron. Okay. So seasonal change or very high temperature will not affect them. But what will affect them is the high speed train that are moving on the tracks. So when the trains are moving at a very high speed or at a low speed also, no problem. So what happens due to the extensive movement and the extensive friction, there is a lot of heat created. Because of this heat, what happens? The tracks, they expands. It gets heated and it gets expand. Now, if I say, please don't do all this. Please maintain the decorum of the class. Please mute yourself. Who is talking? Please mute yourself. Okay. So, what happens if they expand, if the tracks expand? So, what will happen? The tracks may overpass the other track, right? It will happen like this. But if you keep a gap in between the tracks, so what will happen? The normal thermal expansion of these tracks, you will not hamper the tracks. Okay, and the trains can move smoothly. Okay, so this is another example of thermal expansion, right? Understood, everybody? This much is clear, everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Now, next is temperature. What is temperature?
The
Somebody
measure
told
of
me.
hotness.
Yes,
the
the measure of
measurement of
hotness
heat,
and
ma'am.
coldness. Yes, the measure of hotness and coolness. So here you can see
Cold.
that I think you have some questions that a hand is there in cold water, a hand is there in hot water, and then both the hands are in warm water. Okay. So this is very simple. This is nothing absurd. So when you put your hand in hot water, you will feel the water is hot. When you put your hand on cold water, you will feel that the water is cold. But here, how much hot or how much cold the water is, you can understand when you measure the heat of the water. Okay, when you measure the temperature of the water. So here, the next thing that we will understand is the measurement of temperature, right? So temperature is measured in 3 scales. What are the 3 scales? It is the Celsius scale.
Celsius,
Degree
Fahrenheit,
Fahrenheit.
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
And what is the SI unit of measuring temperature? SI unit?
Kelvin.
Kelvin. Very good. Very good. Kelvin is the standard unit of measuring temperature. Okay. So now there are thermometers that are marked in Celsius, that are marked in Fahrenheit, and that are marked in Kelvin. So according to your requirement, you can use these scales, right? So here in the Celsius scale, the freezing temperature of water is 0 and the boiling temperature of water is 100. Okay, so in it, and there is 100 division between the freezing and because 0 to 100 degrees, there is a gap. Okay, in Fahrenheit scale, the freezing temperature is 32. Please remember this. Okay, the boiling temperature is 212. Okay, so here the interval is 180, 180, right? And in the Kelvin scale, the freezing point is 273.15 K and the boiling temperature is 373.2 K. Okay, so this is the difference. Now, there are many questions which says that please convert this temperature to Kelvin, this degree centigrade temperature to Kelvin, or this Kelvin temperature to Celsius. How you will do that? This is the formula. Okay. So, Tc minus 0 by 100 minus 0 equal to Tf minus 32, 212 minus 32. Why 32? Because 32 is the freezing temperature of water at Kelvin scale, at Fahrenheit scale, sorry. And in Kelvin scale, Tk minus 273 and 373 minus 273. Why? 273 is the freezing temperature of water. Please mute yourself.
Ma'am,
I'm
that
getting my
means
echo.
the lowest temperature.
The lowest temperature, the freezing temperature. Okay. So this is how we can convert from one scale to another. Okay. Next is a question.
A.
Ma'am, it is 0.2 degrees Celsius.
Why?
मैम 0.1 डिग्री सेल्सियस होएगा शायद से.
Ma'am, may I tell why?
Yes, please.
Because they told the range is from 20 degrees to 60 degrees, which
So
is
what is the range of temperature? 60 minus 20.
40, and they
40.
told 200 divisions. So we need
Yes,
to
number
divide
of divisions
40 by
is 200. Yes.
40
So
by 200 is nothing but 1 by 5, which is 0.2.
it is if you have to find the least count. They have asked you to find out the least count, right? So the least count will be 40 by 200. Okay. So it is 4 by 20. It is 0.2 degrees centigrade. Right? Okay.
मैम
Next.
समन्यु.
Yes.
मैम
Yes.
समन्यु की उधर से एको हो रहा है.
हाँ, Samanyu, please mute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the next question, I will take this answer from Kaustav. Yes. Tell me the
Ma'am,
answer.
it is 42 degrees Celsius, ma'am.
Why? Explain, please.
Ma'am, because at 32 degrees Celsius, they told it was 4 centimeters.
Correct.
And at 8 centimeters, it is 52 degrees Celsius.
Hmm.
So with a 4 centimeters increase, it has increased by 20 degrees Celsius, ma'am.
Hmm.
So they asked what will be the what will be temperature if the length is 6 centimeters.
Hmm.
So 6 centimeters is only 2 away from 4 centimeters, so we should add only 10
Hmm.
degrees
So
Celsius.
the answer is
42. So the answer is 42 degrees Celsius.
correct. Correct. Very well explained. Very good. Going to the next part of the session. The next part is transfer of heat. So heat is transferred, we know it is from a hot body to a cold body, correct? So if I say, just give me 1 minute. Yes, if I say that this is a block whose temperature is 60 degree and this is the block whose temperature is 40 degrees centigrade, and here is a rod that is touching from this block to this block. What will be the temperature of this rod? Who can tell me?
Ma'am, between 60 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius.
Yes. How come? How come you are saying this?
So because one object is cold and one object is hot.
Yes.
Therefore,
And
the heat from the hotter object will be transferred to the colder object.
very good. Because
the
heat
process
is
of
transferred
conduction.
from, yes, very good. By the process of conduction, the heat flows from a hot object to a cold object. Okay. So as this rod is touching both the blocks of 60 degree and 40 degree, that means this rod will be having a temperature between 60 to 40 degree. We can't say the exact temperature of the rod because we are not measuring with a thermometer, right? Okay. So the transfer of heat happens by 3 methods. One is the conduction, one is the convection, one is the radiation. Okay. So conduction is very simple. The transfer of heat from a hot object to a cold object when both the objects are in contact with each other. Okay. Correct. So if I give you an example that this is a saucepan, this is the handle of the saucepan, this is not an insulator, this is a metal iron only. Okay, so when the pan is being heated to cook anything, what happens? The heat is being transferred from this burner, the heat is being transferred to this metal conductor, and here if you hold the handle, if it is not made up of any insulator, you will get the hotness of the body of this metal. So here your the heat is being transferred from this burner to this metal pan and to the handle, and you are getting that heat, right? So that is conduction, where the heat is transferred from a hot object to a cold object when they are in contact with each other, right? Next we come to convection. Who can explain me about convection? What is convection? Anybody, please raise your hand. I have the definition in front of you for your help. Let me read it out. It is a process of heat transfer in which the molecules of liquid and gas themselves move to carry heat energy from the hotter end to the colder end. As the process continues, the whole water gets heated up. Here, the transfer of heat is taking place by convection. Now, anybody can explain? Anybody? Please try. Kaustav?
1 minute.
Ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, for example, if we keep a pan in the stove with the water filled in it.
So water is getting heated. How come? By convection.
It could be created as a vapor. No?
Okay, mute yourself. Too much of echo. Okay, so here convection, first of all, you have to remember that convection generally happens in case of liquid and gases. Okay, now I'll come back to my example of this heating of this saucepan. Okay, now here we have the saucepan again. This is the handle. This is the insulator. Okay, and you are heating the saucepan. And what you have in the saucepan? You have milk. Okay, this is the milk you have. So because of conduction, the heat from this burner, it is heating up the pan, and from the heating of the pan, the milk is getting heated. This is conduction. Now we come to convection. So what happens? Here, as we have liquid, I'll take another color pen, just a minute. So as the pan is getting heated, the lower portion of the milk is getting heated. I'm just marking it with red color. Okay. Right? So, because of convection, what happens? The lower portion of the pan, as it is getting the heat more, it is getting heated. So, once this and the colder one from the above, it is coming down to get heated again. So, this is the movement.
Ma'am, one doubt, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, so there is no convection in solids, no, ma'am?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we come to radiation. Now, radiation is when I'll read out the definition here. It is a process through which heat is transferred directly from a hot body to a cool body without any intervening media. No media is required. Okay?
By air.
By air. Okay? All hot objects, solid, liquid and gases emit radiant energy and it falls on object. Some energy is absorbed and some is reflected. Right? So, this is generally heat is transferred through as in the form of electromagnetic waves. Okay. If I say, okay.
मैम कन्वेक्शन का एक एग्जांपल दूं?
Yeah, दो.
सोडियम परमैंगनेट.
हाँ, सोडियम परमैंगनेट क्या होता है?
मैम मतलब अगर उसे पानी में डालते हैं मैम, और अगर नीचे जैसे हमने एक दो कैंडल जला दी तो मैम वो ऊपर जाएगा, फिर मैम साइडों से नीचे आएगा वो पिघल के.
Yes. So that is a chemical effect. Okay. Next is the radiation. So radiation क्या होता है? If during the winters, what happens? We generally burn the woods, right? In hilly regions, we
आग मतलब आग बिना किसी चीज से, मतलब हवा से ही हम
heat हम लोग के पास आता है, right? We are getting the heat when we are burning the fire.
आग की heat.
वो the heat of that fire, it is coming to us in the form of radiation. So here it is coming in the form of waves, right? Next we come to the land breeze and sea breeze. Okay. Who will tell me about land breeze and sea breeze? Harshad?
Yes,
अब मैं
ma'am.
बताऊं
हाँ बोलो.
मैम लैंड ब्रीज वो होती है when the air from the land goes to the sea which is cold and the land is
More
hot.
faster than water, and
नहीं,
the air
when
above the land hits.
Land hits?
mom land breeze land breeze happens when it is night time. When the land is cold and the water is hot, and sea breeze happens when it's daytime, when the land is hot and the sea is cold.
Why it happens?
Mom, because mom, the cold air goes to the warmer part.
Why? क्यों?
Mom,
Suppose this is
Ma'am, may
water.
I?
Yeah,
मामू
please.
हवा हायर ऑल्टीट्यूड से लोअर ऑल्टीट्यूड में जाती है.
क्यों? क्यों?
माम इक्वल करने के लिए.
That, अरे, we are in heat. So what happens?
Ma'am, because of the transfer of heat, the cold air from the sea moves to the hot air in the land.
Okay.
Sorry, the
So-
hot air from the land goes to the cool air in the sea.
Okay, you will
Ma'am,
get.
it is called.
So let me explain this. Someone, you please mute yourself, please. Okay, so land breeze and sea breeze. So first you have to keep in mind that land get heated faster than water. Okay. So in the daytime, what happens? First, we are talking about daytime. Daytime, what happens? The land, it became very hot. The sun is there. The land became very hot. So what happens? The air over the land, it becomes very much hot. Correct? So as the air over the land, it becomes hot. So what happens? Hot air rises up. Isn't it? Hot air rises up.
Yes.
As it rises up, what will happen? Here, the air, there will be deficient in air. So what will happen? The sea will send the cold air to the land. Right?
It happens in the coastal region.
It happens in the coastal region. Not in the coastal region. If nearby, if you have pond or lake, you have, there also you will feel the same thing. Okay. Not only in coastal region. Okay. So this happens during the day. Now the sun is off. Okay. Off means it is the evening time, night time.
Sunset.
Yes, sunset. It is the night time. So in the night time, what happens? Now, as the land gets heated faster, it cools also faster. It cools also faster. The same thing happens then. So what happens as the water is heated in the evening, it is not that cool, but the air over the land is cool now. So the air over the sea, it will rise up. Yes, the same thing happens. It will rise up. So as it rises up, the cool air from the land, it rushes to take the place over the sea, right? So thus the land breeze happens. Okay. Now, what happens in the equator? So equator is the region where the sun falls directly, right? It is the hottest part, you can say, of the earth, right? So what happens? In this case, what happens? The cooler air from the polar region, it rushes to take the place. Okay. This is a very rare condition, but it happens. Okay. Just like the sea breeze and the land breeze. Why everybody's camera is off? Why everybody's camera is off? Please, all of you, put on your camera. Arnav? Harshad,
Yes, ma'am.
you are not allowed in the class if your camera is off. This is a online
मैम
session
मैंने ऑन कर
and it
दिया।
is, yes, ठीक है.
मैम पता नहीं मेरे कैमरे में क्या हुआ।
Simple land breeze and sea breeze in a pictorial definition, right? The same thing that I have explained with the picture. Now, the science behind clothes. In summer, we generally wear light color clothes. Why? Because of the radiation. Again, the radiation is coming, right? Because dark color clothes, they are a good absorber of heat. So, in summer, if you wear dark color clothes, what will happen? It will absorb a lot of heat. You will feel more hot. Okay. So, generally we prefer light color clothes in the summers because it is a very good heat radiator. Okay. They radiate the heat. They don't absorb the heat. Okay. Now, change in state. So, change in state, we generally know that if the temperature is changing, there is a change in state. At 0 degree, it is a melting point of water, and from the 0 degree above, it starts melting. Thus, below 0 degree, it is in ice form. In 0 degree, it is ice form, and above it, it starts melting. It comes in the liquid state, right? Till 100 degree, it is in liquid state. At 100 degree also, it is in liquid state, and above that, it generally converts into vapor state. It is the boiling point of water. Okay. Now, Samanyu, hot water is poured into 4 containers shown below. Which container will cause temperature of water to drop to the slowest rate?
Ma'am, option B.
Option B. Why? Why option B?
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am, because it is
Wait.
exposed to the air, ma'am.
Yes. Kaustav?
Ma'am, because first the container is made up of wood, which means that heat cannot transfer easily because wood is a insulator of heat,
Correct.
and container is covered with a lid, which makes it so that the heat cannot escape to the air as well.
Correct. So, answer will be option number D. Okay, Samanyu? You have to look in all the options. It is not only one. Okay. So, here the wood is a insulator, right? So, compared to the metal, wood will be a insulator that will cause the temperature to drop at the slowest rate, right? And moreover, if you put the lid on it, the lid is also a wooden or any other lid. So, it will not allow the escape of heat in the open air. So, it will be this D1 will take the minimal time and it will drop at the slowest rate. Next question, Kaustav. A black substance float on water at 1 degree with a certain volume X above water level. The temperature of water is slowly raised from 1 degree. How will the volume X change with the rise in temperature? No?
Wait a minute, ma'am. We're trying to understand the question.
Ma'am, I think option A.
X will decrease till 4 degree and then increase. Why 4 degree, beta?
Because of water's anomalous expansion, it contracts from 0 degree Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius and then increases.
Till 4 degree?
Yeah.
Decrease till 4 degree or increase till 4 degree?
Ma'am, I think
Yeah.
option D, ma'am, because the
X will
density
not
of
change.
water is highest at 4 degrees Celsius,
Correct. Yes.
So the volume of the black
As
substance.
the temperature is increasing from 1 to 4 degrees centigrade, so what will happen?
Ma'am, the density of water will increase, therefore the amount of substance above
You have the answer with you.
Ma'am?
But you are getting confused. You have the answer with you. You are getting
Yes, ma'am.
confused.
Ma'am,
As
because
the
the density of
temperature
water,
is increasing from 1 to 4 degree, what happens?
ma'am, since the density of water has increased, the black substance X will rise up, ma'am.
Yes, the volume of X
water.
will increase till 4 degree because water is having the highest density at 4, and after 4 degree it will decrease. So the answer will be option number D, not A. Okay, till 4 degree it will increase and beyond that it will decrease. This is the reason why in colder region, as the whole lake becomes solidified, the upper layer of the lake becomes solidified, the lower layer is still water is there, and the fish, they are still in a living condition there. Okay. So this is the reason behind that. Correct? Next question. This is for Arnav. The diagram shows a brick wall between a man and a campfire. How does thermal energy from the campfire reaches the man? Arnab?
Mom, radiation, convection, radiation.
Radiation, convection.
Radiation.
C.
Ma'am,
Wala.
C, Arnab?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, others?
ma'am, I think it is radiation, conduction, and convection.
Radiation, you are telling B. Radiation, conduction, and convection. Okay.
Yes.
Others?
Ma'am, option A.
Radiation, conduction, and radiation. So I have a variety of answers, yeah. A is done, B is done,
Season.
C is done. Who is D now? Samanyo, you please give the answer D.
Option B.
Answer is B.
Okay.
Yeah, simple. See, the campfire is this side and the man is this side. Correct? So, as they are not in contact, so the heat from this fire, it will reach this wall through radiation. Correct? From this portion of the wall to this portion of the wall through, as it is in contact, conduction. Okay,
Ma'am,
conduction.
Ma'am,
Wait, let me
break.
complete. Wait, let me complete. Wait.
Okay, ma'am.
And from this side of the wall to this man, radiation again?
Radiation. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it will be radiation, conduction, and radiation. So answer is option number A.
मम्मी मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि ब्रिक मिट्टी से बनती है। मैम मिट्टी कंडक्टर है हीट और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का।
मिट्टी कंडक्टर नहीं है
क्योंकि
तो
मैम
कैसे
ब्रिक
ये
भी
जो
मिट्टी से
ब्रिकलिन
बनती
जो
है।
होता है ब्रिकलिन जो होता है जहाँ पे ईट आग जलाया जाता है तो कैसे होता है वो
उससे कुक करते हैं।
उससे कुक नहीं करते हैं अरे वो तो हीट तो कंडक्ट करता है ना चूल्हा जहाँ पे जलाता है वो कौन सा है वो जो चूल्हा किस चीज से बनाया होता है वो मेटल का बॉडी होता है ऊपर क्या होता है उसके ऊपर मिट्टी होता है ना
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes,
So, answer is option number A.
Okay.
So, any questions?
No, ma'am.